Trendline trading is one of the most profitable trading methods out there, but then a lot of you end up not getting the desired result simply because you are not trading it the right way. And in this particular video, I'm going to share with you a complete guide on how you can actually trade trend lines and make sure you are trading them profitably. And make sure you watch the video to the very end to make sure you get every single detail of it. If not, I'm sorry, you might not still get it right like you already do. So guys, without further ado, I say help me smash that subscribe button, also like this video, and let's get down to business. So guys, now I'm actually recording this video on Friday evening. The market is about to close in a few hours from now. So basically, when you come over to your screen like this, which is your trading view interface or whatever platform you are trading with, the first thing you need to do is simply you need to select the time frame in which you want to trade this strategy. Now, based on my own backtesting data, based on my own result and every single thing, I will advise you trade this strategy on the 1 hour time frame and above. Now, you can do it on a lower time frame, but the results on the lower time frame are not highly guaranteed because I personally tested it on the 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily time frame, and it really delivered superbly. So if you want to trade it as well, I would advise you look at the hourly time frame perspective of it. Now, once you get this, the next thing is simply, now let me just select the time frame here, 1 hour. So once you come over to the 1 hour time frame like this, now after selecting the time frame, it's time to go down and do the main analytics with this strategy. But before we do that, let's give a shout out to our today's sponsors. So guys, before we proceed, let's give a big shout out to our today's sponsor, lightfinance.org. Light Finance is one of the best trading platforms out there, boosting over 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, which means that they are highly positive and users have positive view of them. And they offer one of the best and easiest trading platforms out there as well. So basically, when you come over here, you have access to MetaTrader 4 and 5, CTrader, so forth and so on. And they offer some of the best spread, which is as little as 0.0 spread for some trading pairs. And also has the fastest execution when it comes to trading. On top of that, they offer over 600 trading pairs ranging from forex, stock, commodities, cryptos, and so forth and so on. And to top it all up, it's even advisable for non-good traders to actually use, as they offer copy trading, which is a way for you to actually make profit without having to know how to trade. All you basically have to do is simply copy already profitable trade on their platform from other profitable traders, and you can basically be making profit on autopilot. Now, when it comes to trading this strategy, the first thing you need to do is simply you need to draw a trend line. Now, in order to draw the trend line, now one thing I advise to focus on is simply look at the previous market movement and also consider the current market movement. That is the first rule. Now, what I mean by the previous and current market movement is that make sure you look at the last low the market created before the trend is being generated, or the last high. Let's say, for example, in this situation, looking at the market here was the last lowest point that the market actually created. Now, we basically mark this one out like this. Now, once we look at it like this, the next thing we need to consider is simply the trend. Which direction is the trend going to? So now let me just make this a bit bolder. Now, the next thing simply we basically draw our trend line on the current market movement. Now, here is the trend line. Now, we can clearly see that this market is actually moving downwards, as you can see. Why? Because the market has given us a market shift at this point. You can see there is a market shift at this point already created, which means that the market is ready to trade downwards. Now, we'll have a market shift here, and then we'll have a trend that is actually going downwards. Now, here is this thing that you need to know when you are drawing trend line. Before you confirm any position to trade with this technique, here's what you need to know. You need to make sure that the market has actually touched the particular trend line you drew 3 consecutive times. You need to hear me. So in this situation, we have the first touch here, we have the second touch here, and then the third one right here. Now, once we have these 3 touches on the line, we believe that okay, the market has actually given us the 3 confirmation that it has tested all the 3 lines consecutively. And when it's testing this line, make sure that it's creating lower lows, lower than the previous one. Now, in this situation, here was the low the market created first. It came up and then it took out this low. Now, taking out this low has given us the confidence that the market is ready for the downside. Now, the next thing we need to do here is simply we don't rush into this particular market. We have to basically observe other things, which is our key levels. Now, let me just delete these touches off. Now after getting this, now you need to mark either your supply or demand level. Now if the market is a downtrend, basically you are looking for what to sell, or if you want to sell, you look for supply levels. And looking at this current market right now, here is our supply level. Now here becomes your supply level. Now why is it your supply level? Here is your supply level because here is the last bullish candle the market created before giving us this heavy push down to the side, which is a very decisive move away from the level. And we're on the 1 hour time frame, so if we should go down to a lower time frame, you can see there's a heavy movement from here. So basically 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So basically this market trend down was for solid 10 hours. That alone should tell you that this is a legit one. Now the next thing we need to do here after marking this is simply you basically sit back. Now one thing you guys who might complain about will be like, but at first when we are trading trend line, after the first 2 touches, the third touch, then we take the trade exactly from the touch immediately. Now the truth is that yes, that is also a great method to trade trend line, but then when it comes to trading it, that system is very risky. Why is it risky? It's very risky in the sense that what the market have these supplies and demand levels that it created was creating that particular trend. So which means that what that is the main reason why most of the times when you trade trend, you realize that the market comes to the trend and then breaks out of it before trading to the direction you particularly want. And that is the reason why we are not trading it on the third entry, but we are waiting it to tail shift the third time and then break out of it. So basically what we are trading here is simply we wait for the market to break the trend line and then goes back to the previous key level, which is the previous supply or demand level. And once we get to our level, then we take the trade. Now basically what you need to wait for after this is simply you wait for this market to trade from here, come here. Once it touch here, you wait for a candle close confirmation. Now for the candle close confirmation, you can wait for an hourly confirmation to get more stronger entry, or you wait for a 30-minute confirmation. For that, you can go for either the 30-minute or the hourly. Now I will not advise you go below the 30-minute time frame when you're waiting for your confirmation. Now for those of you who are impatient traders, the 30 minutes is the lowest I can advise you to actually wait for a confirmation. And if you are someone who have patience, going for the 1 hour confirmation will save you a lot of time. Why would it save you a lot of time? Because the hour confirmation will take a lot of time to form, and by the time you finish forming, it basically means that what there's a strong power movement around there. So once the market comes here and they give you the close, you basically do what? You take your shot, keeping your stop loss right at the top here, and then your take profit right at this other low that we marked earlier on. And this will give you a solid 1:2 on average. And if you're able to get more than 1:2 as well, it's 100% great for you to take it as well. Now, one more thing you can do with this strategy to actually help reduce your stop loss position is basically going down to the 50-minute time frame. Now the purpose of the 50-minute time frame is simply you try to see if there is any other area around this level that you can actually reduce this your level to, because in some situation you might have a smaller level at the top than the 50-minute, which can help you reduce your stop loss position. But in this situation there is none, so basically we'll stick with this. We'll wait for the market to break out of here. Once it break here, sweep all the liquidity that it created around this top here, we'll basically get in immediately. Now let's take a look at another market. So this is similar market. Let me just look at a different market with the same approach. Now back to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, there is no movement like that right here. So let's see, because when we are trading this strategy, we need clean trend. We need market that is moving cleanly, no unnecessary back and forth movement. We need something that is very clean that we can actually follow. Now let's take a look at GBP JPY. Now when drawing your this thing, you can let the wick, it's okay for the wick to actually break out of the level, but it's not okay for the candle itself to break out of it. So you can always look at the wick when you are drawing it. Now in this situation here, we have it right here. Here you can see we have the trend, the first one here, the second one here, and the third one is yet to form. Now basically, whilst waiting for the third one, you can just mark out your demand level in this situation right here. And then you have this other demand right here, which is less likely to hold, but then you just have it right here as well. So basically for me, I'll wait for this other one here, which is more clear and gives a better room for the market to actually print. Now you can only understand this when you've backtested the strategy. So guys, one thing I'm telling you simply, whenever you learn a strategy here, make sure you go backtest it. Now, in some situations, you might have two levels like this, whereby one is kind of far, but not too far, and then the other one is very close to the current market movement. Now, what I would advise in this situation is simply go for the one that is further away from the level. The reason is simply there are times whereby when this market break out of here, maybe it could be a news event or something, so it might push really down or something, which happened to me last week on Euro USD. Like, it was really crazy, but then I have to take my L and move on. So basically, once you get this level like this, you are waiting for the market to break out of here, comes back and retest it, and you basically take it. And in this situation here, there's about how many pips away from here? This is about 100 pips away. So since it's 100 pips away, there's nothing wrong in you actually taking the one from here also. So basically, you can also take this one. Since from here to here is 100 pips, which means that is a huge room for the market to move, and which is not likely to happen. So I will advise you also mark it out. And you can come down here with this one. So if you come down to the lower time frame, you might be able to modify your level a bit further. Now you see, now you have a very tight stop loss position, and you can see this one here even marks this area of support for you, which makes it even much stronger. So as usual, you wait for the market to come back, you enter, keep your stop loss right below here, and then you take profit here. Now for this particular market, now when you have two like this and this first one fail, it's 100% right for you to enter the market again on this second one. So guys, this is basically how you trade this strategy. It's basically you draw a trend line and you make sure you're following the market's direction hand in hand. If the market is trading downwards, follow the downside, and if it's going upward, follow the upside as well. And I will advise you that only focus on the levels that are printed on the hourly time frame. If there's no any level on the 1 hour time frame, then please don't stress yourself trading it, just leave it alone. You can mark your levels on the hourly time frame and then go down to the 15-minute 30-minute time frame to modify it. But if there's no hourly time frame printed, please just stay away from that market. So guys, this is basically how you trade this strategy, nothing complicated. So if you want me to break down any further information to you, kindly let me know down in the comment section. So guys, and don't forget to use my favorite broker known as Light Finance, which is where I personally trade, and also Blueberry Funded, which is my favorite prop firm as well. So guys, see you in my next video. Bye.